While the PlayStation 4 has been a hub for great multiplayer experiences, sometimes we just want to experience a game for ourselves and go through it solo. In this video, we're going to take a look at 11 awesome upcoming single-player games for the rest of 2017. Every single one of these games are scheduled to be released before the year's out. So with that being said, let's get right into this with number 11. Number 11, Elex. Elex is a science fantasy themed action RPG being developed by Piranha Bytes, and they did some other lower key RPGs as well. They did the Gothic games as well as the Risen games, not the best games in the world, but nonetheless they are experienced in the genre. Elex is described as an edgy, dark, uncompromising, and complex game. The main character joins the war for a powerful resource known as Elex, which gives people great magical-like powers and is a factor in deciding whether emotion and humaneness or cold and synthetic logic will rule the world. It features a mix of futuristic and medieval locations, and it's a very interesting game. From a technical perspective, it's not the best looking game in the world, but this could turn out to be one that surprises us. It comes October 17th. Number 10, .hack GU Last Recode. The PlayStation 2 was a hub for amazing JRPGs, and one that did stand out was .hack. The first series as well as the GU series found a large following, and now the GU trilogy of games are coming to the PlayStation 4 in the form of .hack GU Last Recode. It's bundling all three games with all of your typical remaster improvements. Better visuals, better technical performance, some gameplay refinements that should make the game better, and it is bringing forth some new content as well, so that's very exciting. If you've never played the .hack games, this is going to be a great way to experience them. .hack GU Last Recode comes November 3rd. Number 9, Death's Gambit. Death's Gambit is a very artistic and challenging action RPG where you explore an alien medieval planet filled with beasts, knights, and horrors. Right away when looking at Death's Gambit, you can tell that the game has a gorgeous art style. It's not technically brilliant in the traditional sense, but art design and direction, it is on point. Many have drawn comparisons to the Souls games because of the setting and the fact that you're gonna die a lot. I can definitely see that resemblance, but Death's Gambit has potential to be one of the sleeper hits of the year. Keep it on your radar. It doesn't have an official release date yet, but it is scheduled to come before the year's out. Number 8, LA Noire Remastered. LA Noire was one of the most interesting games of last generation. It was published by Rockstar, and at the time from a technical perspective, it was absolutely amazing. It's notable for its motion scan technology and the facial designs and expressions that are captured from every angle. That really made the game stand out. Was it a perfect experience? No, but it's a very interesting game, and it draws heavily from both the plot and aesthetic elements of film noir. Stylistic films made popular in the 1940s and 50s that share the similar visual styles and themes. If you've never played the game, it is coming to the PlayStation 4, and now would be a great time to experience it. LA Noire Remastered comes to the PS4 on November 14th. Number 7, Sonic Forces. Sonic Forces is the latest in the long-running platforming franchise, and it looks to be a return to form for Sonic. Although the last game, Sonic Mania, was very good too, hopefully Sonic Forces can keep that momentum rolling. This is more of a higher budget Sonic experience, and it follows Sonic the Hedgehog as he leads a resistance force against Dr. Eggman, who has taken over the world with the help of his robot army. Sonic has never been known for its story, but the gameplay of Sonic Forces looks very exciting. It's similar to Sonic Generations, where you play in classic and modern forms of Sonic. The 2.5D version is reminiscent to Sonic games of old on the Sega Genesis, while the latter uses three-dimensional gameplay similar to Sonic Colors and Adventure. Visually, it looks pretty good, and it's also coming at a budget price point. What does that mean? I don't really know. Maybe the game will be a little bit on the shorter side, but it'll be $40 instead of your traditional $60. Sonic Forces comes November 7th.
In just 3 short days, my plan will eliminate the bothersome lot of you.
Fine. I will teach you fear. then pain.
We have to show them that strength doesn't just come from numbers.
Let's go!
Together we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Push me through until the battle's won. No one's gonna get thrown to us. Into each other
When we join forces, the sky's the limit.
Number 6, South Park: The Fractured But Whole. South Park: The Fractured But Whole is the follow-up to South Park: The Stick of Truth, which was one of the best games of last generation. Some of you might take that to be a little bit of hyperbole, but I don't think that's the case. It was an excellent RPG. And on paper, many didn't really think South Park: The Stick of Truth would be that good. A South Park game with traditional RPG mechanics. Yes, that's interesting, but to be a AAA experience, many weren't expecting that, but that's exactly what it was. It featured the great South Park humor that you know and love, and the RPG mechanics are actually really well done, and it's got that same South Park design, and it's a game that also took you a little bit of time to complete. It had a good amount of content. Expect more of the same from South Park: The Fractured But Whole, but also with a superhero twist. Now you've got 12 different superhero classes to pick from, all having their different strengths and playstyles. South Park: The Fractured But Whole comes October 17th.
Well, how's the character sheet coming? I already let you dual class, there's nothing left to talk about. Do not give me those sad puppy eyes. You are not going to have 3 classes.
I've been given $20,000 to take care of you.
What?
But I only need a few hundred for that. So you know what I'm gonna do with all the rest?
Go to Paris to get a pedal enhancement and fuck French chicks? Super Craig.
Number 5, Middle-earth: Shadow of War. Middle-earth: Shadow of War is the follow-up to 2014's Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, and many would consider Shadow of Mordor to be one of the first truly great games on next-generation platforms. It was a very good open-world action-adventure game, and expect Shadow of War to build upon everything that Mordor did right, and just improve the overall experience. Now, Shadow of War has had its fair share of controversy with the microtransactions and DLC, but if the core game itself, excluding the DLC, excluding the microtransactions, is good and it's very playable, then there shouldn't be too many issues. The early reviews of the game have also been very strong, so expect this to turn out pretty well. Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor comes October 10th.
Your orcs hit those walls. They're not going over them, they're going through them. You take a fortress, you conquer a region, and you can just smell the smoke and hatred, I think. But you'll deal with him later. There's heaps more I wish I could show you, but all this has got me itching to go rip out a few spines. While I'm doing that, you recruit your followers, forge your army, slay your nemesis, and conquer all of Middle-earth. There's nothing sweeter than victory, is there? See you soon.
Number 4, Okami HD. The PlayStation 2 was a haven for amazing Japanese games, as I told you about earlier with .hack, but Okami is on an entirely different level. Okami, you can make an argument of it being one of the best games of all time. It's that good. Clover Studio did an amazing job with the game, from the art style, the storytelling, the gameplay, and it's got a very interesting setting too. It's set sometime in classical Japanese history. It combines several different Japanese myths, legends, and folklore. Those that played Okami know how great it was. Unfortunately, it did fall a little under the radar. It never saw a sequel outside of the DS entry, Okami Den, but a formal Okami 2 was never seen. However, now we are getting Okami HD on the PlayStation 4. If you never played Okami, you absolutely must. And best of all, it's only going to retail for $20. For that price, it's an experience you absolutely cannot miss out on. Okami HD hits the PS4 on December 12th. Number 3, Assassin's Creed Origins. Assassin's Creed has been one of the most iconic franchises for the last decade. For the majority of that decade, it has been a yearly franchise, and that has burned some gamers out. Sure, the games are very good. The majority of them have been really great experiences. The Ezio trilogy was really good, 3 was very good, Assassin's Creed 4 was excellent, but some of the recent titles, namely Assassin's Creed Unity, have pushed people away. Last year, Ubisoft decided to give the franchise a break, and now it's back rebuilt with Assassin's Creed Origins, and as the title suggests, this is an origin story, and it explores the origins of how the Brotherhood of Assassins came to be. Gameplay-wise, it has very much been revamped, the mechanics are a little bit different, and mechanically it does introduce a lot more RPG elements. Hopefully Assassin's Creed Origins can be the game that reinvigorates the franchise because it's needed that for a little bit. We'll find out on October 27th.
The point is, this is an ability that allows you to change the setup. The stealth system itself is very different than previous ACs. Now it's really distance-based. That's an important thing because we wanted the player to be able to cat and mouse with the AI. So you don't get detected right away. They might see you, they might see a threat, but they might not recognize the true threat that it is. So they need to come closer, they need to investigate. This allows you to start splitting groups up. Combined with sleep darts, with poison, you can really manipulate.
Number 2, The Evil Within 2. Tango Gameworks did a great job with the first Evil Within game. It was a great third-person survival horror game. Not perfect, but the foundation they set led itself to a great sequel, and now we have that with The Evil Within 2. It's a follow-up to the first game, and you play as Detective Sebastian as he is searching for his daughter. Shinji Mikami has made some great experiences. The Evil Within was great, and expect The Evil Within 2 to just be a better experience. What we've seen so far has set a very interesting tone for the game. Hopefully, it lives up to the anticipation when it releases on October 13th.
This does look familiar. Let's go this way. She only wants a hug. I think so too. Ghosts need love too.
Nobody appreciates her singing. That's like, maybe that's
Oh God. Let's not go that way.
There's gotta be some way to get out of here.
Oh no!
Oh, I might
made
be the
a
deadest.
mistake, sir.
I might be the deadest. She turned around. She was supposed to be going around this way.
And finally, number 1, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. Among all of the great first-person shooters released this generation, and trust me, we've had a lot of them, Wolfenstein The New Order stands out as an exceptional one. Interestingly enough, Wolfenstein The New Order is a single-player only first-person shooter, and that might scare some people away, but if you're watching this video for single-player experiences, you'll probably be all over Wolfenstein. The New Order was a great first-person shooter with great storytelling, great character development, and it was actually a lengthy experience, at least 8 to 12 hours, and it was a fun game to go back and play multiple times. Wolfenstein The Old Blood was also a really good game. That was a smaller downloadable title that expanded the story, and now we have the sequel to The New Order, Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus. The game is set in 1961 in a Nazi-occupied America, where a second American Revolution is being set, and this is a game from the gameplay we've seen thus far. It looks absolutely spectacular, and if it can tell the story of a Nazi-occupied America, it could be a very, very good game from a gameplay standpoint, from a storytelling standpoint, and we already know the game has technical brilliance. There's a lot of potential in Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus, and I very much expect Machine Games to deliver when it releases on October 27th. So that wraps up the top 11 upcoming PS4 single-player games for the rest of 2017. What do you think? Which single-player games are you the most excited for? Let us know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.